Welcome back to the Think a Better Thought Deep Dive series. Today we have a fun exercise we're going to do together. It's on chapter 7. When was the last time you let yourself daydream? And this chapter is really about an exercise. It's teaching you an exercise to do. And this is really, when I started doing it, it quickly became one of my favorite exercises. Because number one, physically, I felt refreshed after coming out of this. But as far as um, creating solutions for challenges, for problems, coming up with ideas for myself, for other people, if things just weren't working, stepping away and doing this, coming back, I really have seen very, very fast results from doing this exercise. And what I want to caution you with, anytime somebody says fast results, I've done this for a while now, and so it's easier for me, but I don't remember as well when I first started it, okay? Because I've done this so many times. So if you don't experience what you feel like are super successful results right away, I really want to encourage you to continue to do it. And if you have any challenges after doing it several times, reach out to me because this really can catapult you to another level. Okay. So I'm just going to demonstrate it. I've got to get up here. We're gonna turn the mic around because it's handy to have a couch. Okay. So I've got my couch here and I'll make a little room. All right. That way you give yourself plenty of room to think. Maybe you can do pillows however you want. If you like your head padded, if you don't, that's your choice, okay? Now what we're going to do is we're just going to lift our legs and our feet and we're going to let them drop. And we're going to do it a couple of times. And it's really, I'm going to do it in a certain order, but you can do it in whatever order you want, okay? They're your arms, they're your legs. And so what we're going to do is you just lay flat. You can even, if you don't have a couch, you can use your floor, but you're going to raise your right arm about 6 inches to a foot up in the air and just let it fall. Do it 2 times. And then you take your left arm. Same thing, just let it fall like dead weight. And your right leg. And then finish with your left. And then drift off and just relax and don't. Just relax. Okay. So that's it. It's a very simple exercise, and usually what I have found, I'm a kind of a neat freak, right? I don't like to have stuff sitting around on the floor, but what I've found is usually when I do this exercise, it's about a 20-minute. You want to call it a power nap? I don't call it a power nap, but a daydreaming session, whatever that might be. It's usually about 20 minutes. And really, you don't want to go too too much over that because then you're getting into more of a deeper sleep and you're going to come out of it feeling kind of hungover, maybe a little groggy. So there you go. Your training exercise, all right, is to try this out. Okay. It may take you several times, but give this a shot. Now, when you do it, it's really helpful if you come with something you need to work on. Okay. What I like to do sometimes, if I'm having something's just not working. Okay, say it's I'm just not getting the right idea for what I want to tell you guys about my experience. Okay. I would go to that couch. I would say, solve this problem for me. I like to close my eyes. When I say solve this problem for me, I'm talking to my subconscious. Okay. So solve this problem for me. Come up with the right idea for me. Help me find the answer to, right? Find the answer to this. Give your subconscious the instructions and let it go. And let it do the work. The worst thing that you can do would be to say, solve this problem for me, and then turn right around and say, this is never going to fucking work. And that's your ego talking, right? That's your ego jumping in and saying, ooh, I don't want to try anything new here. You crazy, man? You have to stop and reset at that point. Write down and say, is this thought helping me, or is this thought hurting me? Is there any benefit to me believing this is never going to work? What if, play the what if game with yourself. What if it actually does work? It's a great game to play going into this exercise. What if this changes everything? What if I really like it? What if I at least get a great little power nap in? Believe it's going to do the work. There's a lot of negative programming that we have to root out. And the only way to do that is to do the work and tell yourself to change. Ask yourself if this thought's helping you or hurting you. Just really observe what's going on. And don't judge. Don't beat yourself up. You're going to be doing a lot of work. And the more you can just give yourself a break and say, wow, you know, clean out a lot. This is great. This is awesome. I'm getting all this stuff out. If you can turn it around to where it's amazing and good that you're finding out that you got this negative programming and you're actually replacing it with what you would really like to have happen in your life, it's a big deal. All right. Shall we go a little deeper? You like how I just flashed this up now? Remember persistence. Remember persistence? We talked about that earlier, but I think we've talked about it every video. This is not our couch exercise. This is not a one-time exercise. It's a daily exercise for the rest of your life if you're serious about keeping control of your thought. Here's some tips on making sure you remember to do the exercises daily. Schedule time on your calendar, specifically for these exercises. This gives you a notification, a reminder, something like that, to do the exercises. Place thought provokers around your daily routine. Now, what are thought provokers? They are simple objects that are visibly out of place, designed to make yourself stop and think. I've used golf tees before, place them in odd places in a different location every few days so I don't get used to them. One of the most favorite thought provokers I have is see my little microphone dangling there? Is this rock. This is a little rock. It's a gratitude rock is what I call it. And put it in my pocket. I've got it sitting over there right now, but pick it up and it just reminds me to pause. I'm like, oh yeah, I need to pause here. I need to either maybe review my gratitude list that I have going, or I need to take a break, or I need to just say, hey man, what are you thinking right now? Or hey, did you do your exercises today? You can have thought provokers for all kinds of things. Back in the day, people used to, they'd tie a string around the finger. So, whatever works for you. I'm giving you examples of what I use. Your job is to try it out, adapt, adjust, make better. Could you take this and make it better? Absolutely. 100%. I hope you do. Hope you do. All right. Next video on this chapter coming up. What if I told you everything that you're doing right now is successful, whether you believe it or not? Talk about that in the next video. All right, guys. Have fun on the couch or on the floor, wherever you wind up, and think a better thought.